This is a Your Last Resorts production.
And welcome back to the Your Last Resort podcast with your host, Brandon Lejean. This is the intro segment. Still trying to figure out how I'm going to bring us into this, but this will be a short one. We did kind of a longer podcast, probably like an hour and 15 minutes, making this whole thing probably like an hour and 20. I thank you guys again. Just if you're listening to this, you're clearly checking out the podcast. Thank you so much. Dude, it's been an insane week of things. I actually talked about a decent amount of them on the pod, so this won't be too long, but this week was South by Southwest, huge festival here in Austin. The city shuts down. Super awesome, super cool. Literally, I might have talked about this last week, so sorry, but Saturday morning, the first day of it after a great show, I had free Fogo de Chao, all I could eat. Monday, I got to party all day. I drank for free. I saw Run DMC, dude. I got to be on a comedy show that I got paid for, a South by Southwest show. It was great. Dude, Wednesday went up to Round Rock. Thursday, I had my first viral moment. Dude, I have a TikTok sitting at 800,000 views, 90,000 likes. I've got over 1,000 followers in 2 days. Like, super cool. I mean, it means nothing. It's TikTok. You know what I mean? No one, this pod's didn't skyrocket in views after, nothing like that. But it's cool because it's another platform that people can check out my stuff, be fans of the content and material and all that I put out, which is honestly all that I really care about. I just like when people like my stuff. And yeah, dude, life is great. Life's great. Friday night, got to do a private South by Southwest comedy show. We actually talked about it in pretty good detail, so I won't mention too much, but there might possibly be a new home of the Your Last Resort podcast, an official studio. Not sure yet. Fingers crossed, just kind of speaking it into existence. They seemed a little interested. Could have just been, generosity, but we'll see. Maybe a even more professional look to here, even though I do love the studio here. Yeah, dude, other than that, like, just really good, exciting week. Very weird to have a TikTok go viral, have people arguing in your comments, people messaging you, people asking for follow backs. It made me so proud. You'll see in this episode, I pretty much wear the Murray State flag around me the whole time. It made me so proud to be from Murray. So many shoes up, fucking shoes up, baby. So many people reaching out, fellow, racers, old and young, people I played against in sports, recognizing it. It was a very surreal moment. Very cool week, very happy. My sister's coming to town next week, gonna spend some time with her. Probably try and get her on the pod, figuring out if I am or not, get her on soon, backlog an episode or two, and then, yeah, dude, other than that, life's fucking great, dog. I said that last week, and I'll stand by it again. Life's good. I got a show tonight at a gun shop. The very first show I actually went to in Texas, so a bucket list. Other than that, dude, I'm trying to think if there's anything like vastly important. Please, if you haven't subscribed to this podcast, go follow me or the page on Instagram. Check out my TikTok. I'd love for you to view my food show on YouTube or Instagram. I'm just so proud of it. We actually locked in the next location and are filming on April 11th. So the episode next new episode should be out mid-April. Then have a new one out in June and such forth till we take maybe a little hiatus for a new season. But other than that, dude, thank you guys for listening and enjoy the episode with my good friend John Hoeft, and I'll see you next time. And welcome back to the Your Last Resort podcast with your host, Brandon Lejean. This week is episode 103, and I'm joined by my special guest, John Hoeft. Thanks for being on the podcast, dude.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
Nah, dude, this is going to be a good time. Good time. Beautiful fucking day out. Cheers to our, what are we drinking here today?
I got an energy drink.
I got tea, kind of the same thing.
3D energy blended.
Some of these energy drinks are too fancy, or like, bro, you ever, because like a cup of tea is 15 milligrams of caffeine, and like, you'll watch in like 30 minutes you'll see my hand shaking because I don't drink caffeine a lot, so dude, I'll be like, oh, okay, like
I crush like 2 of these a day.
How much caffeine is in one of those?
I think like 200 milligrams, like more than is okay for my heart.
Yeah,
and I understand that, and
who cares though?
It's like it isn't hurting me yet.
Yeah,
you know, dude, it's that thing of being like, I don't know. I've been realizing lately I don't really have like a good idea for like consequences for my actions.
Dude, that's what we're supposed to do. Because how old are you?
23.
Okay, I'm 24. So we're same age. Like, we're not supposed to hear it. Because, dude, I have those moments where I'm like, oh, dude, I can't drink, 2 nights in a row. Like, don't smoke. Like, don't do that. Don't do this. Because you're like so worried. But it's like, bro, we're 23, 24. Like, this is
like, what's going to happen? I'm not going to have heart attacks now.
Dude, yeah. Hey, worry about like, and I know there's some people that are like, what are you talking about? You got to get in front of health now. Dude, fuck them.
No, fuck that.
Until I got like kids, my health is not my concern, dude.
When I'm 40, I'm sure I'll be in a place where I can support the heart murmur I'm going to give myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure I'll be fine, Like,
that's just the goal in life, is to get so fucked up in my 20s, but also succeed enough that I can afford the healthcare options
to take care of myself. That was like, dude, that was my whole mindset. I remember like when I was like 18 and I started smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
I remember like, people would be like, that's like bad for you, right? Like, you shouldn't smoke cigarettes. And I was like, honestly, like, I'm 18 right now. It's fucking 2016, dude. I was like, by the time I'm like 40, like they'll figure out that cure for cancer.
They'll have extra lungs to give away and shit.
Dude. I think it'll be fine, bro. Smoking cigarettes will be cool again. Everybody will be doing it. People will be doing that shit on planes, bro. Blowing it in babies' faces and shit. It'll be sick.
That would be awesome to like see cigarettes make a comeback. I don't even like cigarettes. I'm just saying, like you said, imagine if one day they were just like, yeah, bro, like for the price of a Plan B pill, you can get a grow your own lung, like some Chia Pet sea monkeys type shit.
Like one of those little pills, bro, that you would put that would become the dinosaur, but it's just a fucking human lung.
Add water to it.
You just swallow it, fucking just like,
dude.
Man, I can jog miles, dude. I feel great.
We're going to be chilling, dude. There's no need to worry. I feel you. Yeah, it's one of those things. I have those moments where like, I'm like, oh, I had mac and cheese yesterday. Like, I need to get on my healthy shit. And it's like, nah, dude. Like, I mean, don't be a piece of shit, but like, enjoy yourself a little.
Dude, I'll be like way too much of a piece of shit though. Like I give myself excuse. I'll eat like torchies for lunch.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, it'll be like midnight. I'll be coming home from Mike's and stuff, and I'll just be like, man, it's been like 12 hours. I'll get Whataburger. It's been long enough.
Bro, I feel you. Last night I ate Shake Shack, and I got Shake Shack, loaded fries, and a milkshake. And then on the way home, I was like, I should get some candy for later. And then I bought a pack of candy that I ate. And then at about 11:30 at night, I ate a bowl of cereal. And then I just fell asleep on the couch. And like, bro, you ever eat so much that like when you fall asleep on your back, you can like feel the food in your throat?
Yes.
Like, dude, I ate to that point last night. I woke up at like 1, like choking on the cereal I had just eaten still. It was gross, dude.
I realized like recently, like I don't eat, like I eat every day, I think, until like I feel bad. Like, have you ever heard that old
sickness?
Yeah, that old Louis bit where he's like, I don't eat till I'm full. I eat until I hate myself.
Yeah,
it's like that. I think when I saw that, I was like 15, and I was like, that's like a good point.
I get this, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I realized too recently, it's like, because I don't work out. I don't diet.
Yeah.
I've got some
chub on me. You could be a lot fatter. Yeah,
I should be way
like
fatter.
400 pounds.
Yeah, I should be like huge, dude. I should be on that heavy set show at Crete right now. But like, no, dude, I'm fucking. I realized I was like, man, I have a good mentality. Like, if I just ate healthy for like a month, I would probably like just come out like fucking shredded.
Yeah, just be like a $150, just like skinny as fuck,
just looking great, dude. And it's like, but it's like I can't do it. I just love double cheeseburgers too much.
Yeah, no, dude. Because I mean, here's the thing. Like, all jokes aside, I do like I'm one of those people that I'll eat like healthy for 3 days in a row, and then I'll eat for shit 3 days in a row. And I think I have a nice balance. And then I'm also blessed with a goat ass metabolism. Like I should not be as skinny as I am for how much I eat, and I'm tall. So I got lucky. I got dealt a good hand to like sweets.
We're in the same boat, dude. Yeah, it's so sick though. It's like,
dude, yeah, it's awesome because I'll eat absurd amounts of food the night before, and I'll wake up and be like, I lost 3 pounds. Like it's dumb. It doesn't make any sense.
I have a friend, my best buddy in the world lives out in LA. He's that kind of guy, and it used to piss me off so much because like I have like a solid enough metabolism that I'm not like fat, but I definitely am like chubby.
Yeah.
But this fool, like, I once watched him. We went to Whataburger one time. He tried to order 2 honey butter chicken biscuits, but he got so high he ordered 2 honey barbecue chicken strip sandwiches, which are like 2,000 calories each.
Yeah.
And he just housed them, and then he woke up the next day. He's like, "Yeah, I lost 5 pounds." I was like, I had like 1 taquito, and I gained weight, bro. Yeah. Fuck you.
I'm very lucky, but I see that's the thing is like I'm sure there's some people listening right now who like might be like, "Oh, you're complaining about such a thing." Exactly, dude. I'm not complaining, but I feel like I have to eat like a piece of shit like a lot because I owe it to the people who are like, I had a piece of bread and I gained 3 pounds.
You
like,
you got to take advantage of it. You know what I mean?
Exactly, dude. Like, I got you guys. I'll eat the whole pack of cinnamon rolls in one sitting just for the people who will gain weight from doing that, because I'll lose.
It's like that,
2 to 3 pounds.
It's like that old thing where it's like, you don't finish your plate at dinner, and they're like, there's starving kids in Africa.
Yeah, dude.
So it's like, I guess you're right, dude.
Yeah.
It's like they can't have it, so like we got to enjoy it.
Are fat people the like most holy people on the planet? Then they're not.
Dude,
wasteful?
they used to be. That you look at old medieval art, bro. They loved those. Yeah, dude, they were into it.
Ah, the kid, dude. Living back then had to just be so fucking disgusting. Like such an awful time. Like,
dude, it was the worst time in history to be alive. Like literally during the plague. Like I listened to a podcast about it, and like during the plague, they were talking about how it's like literally known is recorded as the worst time in human history to be alive. Because, like, you would basically, like, wake up and you'd be, like, 14, and your whole family would just die.
Yeah.
And you'd, like, walk out the door, and they'd be like, all right, you got to go shovel the shit river. You got to go shovel the shit river now.
And at the same time.
That was a job.
Dude.
Had to keep, they were just, like, in charge of just making sure the river of human shit just kept moving.
Or throwing the bodies on the wagons that came by to pick up dead people and shit, dude. That's so, dude.
And they didn't even have, like, McDonald's.
Yeah. You can't even get a Big Mac to drown your sorrows.
Like, bro, it's like, can you imagine that? It's like everything. Imagine COVID, but like you can't just like get fucking some McNuggets, dude.
Yeah, dude. And that 14-year-old whose family just died, like not only does he have the burden of his family dying, he's like, I'm halfway through my life right now. And I've done nothing.
He's at a midlife crisis.
Yeah, dude. He's like, I got till 28 at best. Like,
he's buying like a stallion. They're like, oh, okay.
Dude, imagine
midlife
that.
crisis is buying a stallion. Okay, we get it.
Imagine if you were sitting in like, your like 3rd grade class, and they were like, all right, that's how you draw a cursive F, John. By the way, you are 1/3 of the way through your life. You'd be like,
I would just be like, what? Because it's also at the same time, they're like, you're 1/3 of the way through your life. Also, we should talk about this. You're going to die someday.
Yeah, dude, you're going to die really soon.
Like, welcome to the concept of death. And also, it's ever looming and it's coming.
And then they look at the 10-year-old girl next to you and they're like, you're falling out of your prime, honey. Yeah. You have till 13 at best.
Yeah, they're just looking at her. It's like, you don't have a husband? She's like 8, playing with block toys. You're just like, you don't have a husband yet? What are you
disgusting old hag.
What are you doing? This is sad.
That slut had a kid at 10. Ugh, my mom didn't have a kid till she was 12.
Yeah, there's just like a 7-year-old alone on the place. They're like, cat lady. Oh my God.
That's just the story back then. Is it's not, yeah, my mom had me when she was in high school. Like, my mom had me when she was in primary school. Like, okay. God, yeah, fuck that, dude. I think, too, we were talking about, like, the, like, how you got to eat, like eating, how we eat like shit sometimes. Bro, I couldn't imagine being, and look, there's part of me that envy him, like the 24-year-old with a beautiful 6-pack in the body of a god, but that, like, they don't go have a beer with the boys. They don't have Torchy's tacos at midnight. No. They don't have Whataburger at 4
And they're also, like, just not fun people.
They're miserable,
no, dude. Their whole life is the gym.
Yeah. Counting their fucking macros.
You ever go to the gym? Dude, I saw your doppelganger at the Gold's Gym the other day.
You did? Oh,
yes. I almost texted you because I like saw this guy from across like the fucking gym, and I was like, is that Lejarma? What the fuck? I was like hype. And I was about to be like, bro, are you at Gold's? And then like I saw him turn, and like I got close enough to him, and I was like, oh, that's not him, but like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, I have, there's some people that like, I've got some good doppelgangers that I've been told. Like, I think one of the more accurate ones is, you don't strike me as a big football guy, but there is a quarterback by the name of Jared Goff, and my dad has this cutout of him from the newspaper on our fridge, and like people who visit are always like, "Yo, dude, like, they're like, oh, dude, like, what is this article about Brandon?" And then it's just not fucking about me. It's just, I'm trying to find, because it's a weird thing where like he looks like me so much in some pictures, and then there's other pictures where like this one. He has kind of the side profile, but it's hard to see because I've never had a beard in my life. You can't really tell. But if you get, there's like this.
See, that's like a nice comparison. It's like, hey, you look like a professional athlete.
Yeah,
I've had like 8 people tell me I look like Sloth from the Goonies. Dude.
Oh, that's a foul one. Let me see. I want to see Sloth,
dude.
The Goonies. Let's see how much. Are we talking? Oh,
yeah. Bro.
Are we talking like they're talking like with the prosthetics?
Yeah, bro. Like, hey, you guys, motherfucker, dude. Like,
dude, it's the head shape. It's you guys got like the long head. Like, you don't have any of the facial deformities. Who's the actor that plays Sloth from the Goonies? Let's see if you look like the actor. Oh, you look nothing like the actor. That's really fun.
I used to when I had
This is what
short
the
hair.
actor looks like, dude.
Oh wow.
I don't
look anything like him now.
Yeah, not even your nose, like, because that's the big thing.
It's
normally
not
the eyes
there.
and the nose. It's
I
not
think those
there.
people were just really mean.
Yeah,
I think that's on. When I had my hair short, I used to get Conan all the time because I would like swoop it up to the right, and I have like the gingerish color
I could see
hair.
that. I could see that.
And like we're both kind of built weird, you know, like the long legs and
Yeah,
long lanky legs, short torso.
Here's this one. This is one I get. I get Durs from Workaholics a lot.
Oh yeah,
that one's a meaner comparison.
Yeah.
That one doesn't make me feel as good as Jared Goff. There's another one too that I'm forgetting, but whatever. I don't want to look up more fucking people that I look like. Dude, we're in the right now. We're in the peak of South by Southwest.
Oh my god, I hate it.
You hate it, dude?
I hate
Because
it.
you've lived in the area for a little while now, right?
Well, I grew up here.
Okay, so for me, this is my first one, so it's very, very
We used
cool
to
for
in
me.
high school. We used to like ride the train. It was so cool because it's like, you know, there's a train connecting to like my hometown, Cedar Park.
Yeah, but yeah, the
And,
train is sick, except I live in the only place the train does. Like, the train is useless for me because it's like I live in Southwest Austin, and then to get to the train is like as far as I need to go into town, and then anywhere up north I don't ever go.
Yeah.
So
It was nice. We would ride the train down in high school, like because our spring break always lined up with South by.
Yeah.
So I got to see like Childish Gambino live, like right
so
after
cool.
because the internet came out.
That's so cool.
Like 20,000 people. We waited like
he did
8
like
hours
a free
to be,
show at like
front.
Lake Ladybird, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so fucking
and
sick.
Snoop Dogg did a surprise opening set for him. So like that was nuts. Like Snoop came out and
That's
like,
wild for
like
free,
performed, and then like Childish got to see like Lil Dicky. I had some friends see like John Legend. I met like some dudes from The Walking Dead.
That's so cool.
Glenn and Daryl, those guys.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I still watch that show.
I remember
for some
I saw
reason.
Fred Armisen, and this is how mean my friends were at the time in high school, because my friends were assholes, and I hope they see this, because I will never forgive y'all for this.
Yeah.
I fucking saw Fred Armisen, right, walking down South Congress,
Yeah.
and I was like, holy shit, I gotta go like say hi. I want to get a picture with him. I was freaking out because I was a huge Saturday Night Live fan when I was in high school, and my phone was dead. And I remember being like to my friends, I was like, Jackson, Nathaniel, can you all come take a picture of me? My phone's dead. And they were like, we don't want to do that. No. They're like, we're trying to go somewhere. And I was like, dude, come on, are you serious? Like, let's go. Like, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like, can we go? And they just said like no. And I was like, man, fuck you guys.
I would have been so mad, bro.
I was very upset with them.
I hate when people are lame like that and they're not down. Because dude, that's how you get into the best shit, is just by showing up. Literally, dude, the first day of South by, or like it was the Saturday, last Saturday.
Yeah.
I like woke up hungover. I had a show the night before and I drank and shit. And I woke up hungover from a call from Colin, and he's like, bro, Fogo de Chau's giving out free Brazilian steakhouse right now. Let's go. Dude, I fucking got dressed, got in the car, got there. Bro, I ate so much Brazilian steakhouse, bro. Like, if you guys
so good, dude,
amazing.
It's unreal.
If you guys are like a part of the squad, avid listeners, if you watched last week, I probably burp like 70 times on the podcast because, dude, I ate like meat like meat's not a carb, so it's not filling. But there's a point, if you eat enough meat, your body's just like, yo, like I can't handle any more protein. We're gonna die. Like, you just start to put it in your mouth and it tastes like poison almost. I ate till that point, dude. So I was literally on here just burping up meat, fucking.
It's so worth it though, bro.
Shit. So worth it.
You go to any steakhouse that isn't like an American steakhouse, and you realize just how like trash American steakhouses are.
Dude. Oh, so just
Like
the different types of meat, the season, like for a piece of steak with no marinade, no like heavy what's that shit called? Not seasoning. What's it? No rub on it.
Yeah.
Just like true salt, like some sort of seasoning.
Just salt.
Oh,
dude,
so good. Bro.
I remember I had these Brazilian friends in middle school. And like I still keep up with them sometimes because they're fucking cool people. But their dad was like true Brazilian. Like, they were raised in the States, but their dad was raised in Brazil. And I remember like being like 12, we were at the pool, and their dad just came out and started grilling, bro.
Yeah.
And, like, just made steak for us. And I just remember like it was the best steak I had ever had in my life. I was blown away. I was like, what the? And literally he just like put like salt on it, bro. Like, I don't know what he did to it, but it was just like
it's
next
cooked
level.
so perfectly. And that's like the cool thing, or at least for like Because I think if you're someone who lives here, I think like in 2 years I'll probably be over South by Southwest after living here for a minute. But like for anyone who's never been, or like my friend, all my California friends are like, we got to go next year. Dude, such a cool experience that just like
it is fun. Like it can be really fun. Like
shit's free. It can also be lame though.
Well, it just like shuts down the city, and no like slashes stage time and stuff. But like me and Kyle and Colin and Jason Rodriguez, we went to Creek the other night.
Yeah.
And this is what pissed me off the most about it. So we're in Creek and we saw this band 40 Feet Tall. If you guys check them out, they're
hell yeah,
baller as fuck. And we were like inside Creek, right? And bro, there's like all these like people that have paid like $1,300 for these badges, and they're like, this is like, it's like thrashing music, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like going ham, like fucking like screaming into the mic type
headbang.
shit.
You need people headbanging and shit.
And like these people are just standing there, just like tapping their foot, just like standing
Fucking
still,
lames,
bro.
bro.
It's just like what the fuck. So then it's just like me, Kyle, and Jason, like just like are the only 3 people out of like 100 people in that room. We're just like moshing with each other because we were like, what is going on in here? We went outside. It was the same thing with another band, bro. It was just like, and we literally had the bands come. Like we went up to the bands afterwards. We were like, y'all were amazing, and they were like, yeah, thank you guys for being like the only fun people in this crowd. And it's like that's the downside of South by, is that they kind of promoted it as like this music festival.
Yeah,
but it's really like a tech convention.
Oh, 100, bro. That's the main problem about South by, that you gotta like that next year. It's like, one, I learned you gotta just RSVP for everything if you're gonna be going out, because so much shit is free if you RSVP, but the RSVP shuts down like 8 hours before or whatever.
Yeah.
The problem though is a lot of these events, like they have free drinks, which is sick, but you get in and you're like, oh hell yeah, free vodka, and then they're like, shh, she's talking about the latest crypto investment, and you're like, oh,
it's just
lame, dude. I want to listen to Kid Cudi and do Molly, dude. I don't want to listen to your fucking Dogecoin talk.
Why are we sitting here talking about Ethereum, dude?
Yeah, dude, you gave out free drinks. I want to smash it, bro. Like, the tech shit sucks on the
dude. Yeah, no offense to any tech people that are listening to this, but like your lives make me sad. Like I remember I was walking downtown like a couple weeks ago. We were like walking down, I think like 5th. And we walked past this like little building, and there's like this window open, and there's people sitting in there like watching like a PowerPoint presentation about how to invest in crypto. And I was just like, man, like y'all need to find hobbies. I feel like the whole thing nowadays is because my roommate is like into like real estate and stuff like that and all this. And it's like I think that like too many people, it's just everything nowadays is just get rich quick schemes, but they're not labeled that anymore. Like real estate, fucking, and it's crypto, all this like investment stuff. It's just people trying to like make money as fast as they can. Yeah, and it's like you can't like do that. Like it doesn't work that way.
It's and the hard part is there's some truth to it. Like because like I do loan processing, which is like refinances of homes, and then like my boss also does real estate, and you can make stupid fucking money like for like very, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you think about it. If you sell a house as a real estate agent, you get 2 to 5% of the sale price. So if you sell a $400,000 house, you get 2 to 5%, which 2 to 5% is small, but like what, 10% of that is 40 grand. So you get 20 grand. So if you sell 5 houses a year, you're a 6-figured employee, which most real estate agents do that. But the thing is you need license, and you need capital investment, and you need knowledge, and you need to know how all the lingo. And same with crypto, dude. Yeah, you can invest in stock and become a millionaire. But if guys, if it was that easy,
everybody would be millionaires.
All be doing it.
Yeah, but that's everybody. It's like comedy. Yeah. In a way where it's just like everybody thinks they can do it, but then you get to the fucking club and you watch some people doing mics, and you're just like, man, like this is not meant for everybody to like, some of y'all need to chill, bro.
I got a great story about that South by too. So I actually got probably one of the cooler opportunities of like my comedy career. What day of the week is it? Thursday night. Yes. Yeah, St. Patrick's.
Yeah, that thing with Jordan?
Yeah, dude, I got to perform at a private event, and so like it was a building on 6th Street. It's like right next to Voodoo Donuts. It's a historical, it's an old empty building, but it's historical, so they can't destroy it. So like there's all these brick walls inside that are like, dude, we can't even put a poster on them because it's protected by the city. So they take us in this side entrance. First off, to get in this party, you needed to receive a picture with like a digital QR code to get in. So like super exclusive, something that I'll probably never be invited to. And then you go up, and it was like a launch for this new app called Ibble, which is basically it's TikTok. It's just like another form of TikTok. And like they were putting on the event, and dude, it was like a private gig on 6th. Like dude, they were giving us $150 whiskey like that. Like the bar was like that, you know, that white bottle of like $300 tequila that's at like the top shelf.
Yeah, the one that looks like a vase.
Yes, dude, that was there. They had 200. Like I was like, can I get a whiskey and Coke? And she was like, you don't drink that with Coke. Do you want it neat or on the rocks? And I was like, sure. And they gave me a fucking ball of ice, dude. Like some baller.
Dude. When people have round ice, that's when you know you made it, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Anytime I've been anywhere that they give me round ice, I'm just like, God damn, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
and it was.
They had to. I don't even know how they do that. How do you get that in the mold?
Dude, they had just like a freezer full of ice balls. Like that was the coolest fucking part. God damn it, dude. What were we talking about?
I feel like that's how you know you're like poor. It's like whenever you're like fucking balls of ice.
How do they do this?
So sick.
Like we bought them on bulk on like ice.com.
Like, dude, like it's so excited about it. It's like, oh my
Look
god.
at it. It's not a square like it normally is. Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're like, you're so poor. Look at you. It's okay.
You know, you fucking just having like the crescent shaped ice is what you're normal to. That's the real poor. It's like the fridge ice. Yeah.
What were you talking about that got me on this tangent? Because there was a point to this story, but I low key forgot what we were talking about.
The show.
The show? No, I know we're talking about.
We were talking about South by. Oh, about how a Tech Bros is like comedy.
Oh yeah. So okay, I remember. So okay, I remember where the story was going. So it was dope, dude. Like the show, like you saw pictures. I have some between us if you're watching. There's like a. It was set up like a fucking like living room, basically.
Yeah.
Like it looked like Kevin Hart's special that came out during the quarantine. It was really cool, and like, dude, they were a great crowd, and it was super fun, and I had a great set. But I like go up, and I fucking crush, and I'm like, hell yeah, Jordan's up next, and I'm like, you know, you're setting the alley oop for your boy. Dude, they bring up some random girl who like was a friend of the owner.
Oh no.
And the worst part is
she like wanted to try comedy.
She wanted to try comedy, but she's like, oh, I've tried it before, so I've been doing it like a year, but has done it like 3 times.
No.
Bro, I haven't seen a bomb like that in a cool minute. And not to be an asshole, but I had a pretty damn good set.
Yeah.
So to like follow, for them to get to see like, oh, there's like a future professional comedian, like a true comedian right there, and then someone who just treats it like a once in a month hobby.
That's what someone's saying to me about like with people with comedy is that it's like so many people think it's like easy.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm funny. I made my friends laugh the other night a bunch when we had drinks, telling gossip about my boyfriend.
I promise you, you're not funny.
No,
I promise you, you're not funny.
The best part,
not stand up funny,
dude. The best part too is so she bombs. But not only does she bomb, she runs the light by like 4 minutes.
Oh my God.
For the non-comedy people, running the light, when you are on stage, you are told, hey, you are doing blah, blah, blah minutes. If you're doing 5, you get the light at 4. If you're doing 10, you get the light at 9. Occasionally, it's maybe 2 minutes before. If you're doing an hour, they'll give you the light at like 55, like 5 minutes before. Bro, she had to be doing like a maybe 5 minute set max, and he lit her at like 3 because she was eating shit. Bro, she did like almost 10 minutes, and he was on the side lighting her, and it got to the point where at one point the room's small, dude. He is on the edge of the room like, hey, get off stage, like waving the light, bro, and she doesn't see. Dog, I genuinely don't think she got above a pity laugh her entire set. And then
it always makes me wonder, it's like, what's driving you to stay on?
Yeah.
At that point. Because it's like, for me, anytime I've had like a bomb like that, like, you know, my goal at that point is not to try like and win them back. Like whenever you're like having a bomb where you're
there's
like, oh, everyone in this room hates me.
She was clearly at that point.
When you hit that point where you're like, there's no getting them back. The point is not to win them over.
Yeah.
The point is to do the time I was told to do.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
don't get off early, but also don't run the light.
Don't run the light. Like the minute I get that light, I'm just like, thank you so much. I'm out of here. This sucked. Like,
exactly.
Just like, what are you doing, dude? People, I don't know, man. It makes me so, especially like just random people doing that kind of stuff. It's just like so infuriating.
Well, dude, because think about this. Comedy is full of crazy people. We're crazy. Me and you are crazy in our own individual ways that I'm sure if you like...
We're just like likable crazy.
Yes, exactly.
There's a difference. There's a likable crazy.
Yeah.
And there is like, get the fuck away from me crazy. Yeah. and comedy has both of them.
Exactly. And the problem is it's a breeding ground for us. Like, we're all weird. We're all individuals. I heard this on a podcast. This is not my own thought, but I heard someone say that an open mic is the first time where weird people aren't told to leave. All you have to do is write your name on that sign-up sheet, and you're allowed to hang out with all these random people for hours on end.
Yeah.
And it's like a social thing, and you're part of that club just because you wrote your name on there. You don't have to be good at stand-up. You don't even have to do it often. You just have to be around, and no one there is going to tell you to leave. There are people, and I'm not going to say names, but we know what we're talking about. There are people that aren't comics that are just around the comedy scene all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And no one tells them to leave because we're all just a group of misfits.
That's what's so weird to me is there are people in this scene that like literally do not do stand up, but they like hang out at mics. Like, what are you doing at mics?
Suck,
yeah,
dude.
it's like the most miserable
thing.
Mics.
I hate
and
mics.
Those are the people too that involve themselves in the drama the most, and it's
Yeah.
like you just want to be a part of something.
Yeah, bro.
But it's like at least do it. Like
Yeah,
at least, like
commit.
even if you think you're gonna suck, like just suck.
There's
a lot of people that suck.
There's like, all right, I'm gonna bleep this name out so I can just know who we're talking about. But like, yeah, it's bleeped out now. Don't say it again. So I don't. But like, dude, crazy.
Yeah, dude.
But I respect.
He's the kind of crazy you see
so
across
much.
the room.
Yes, exactly. But I respect that crazy so much more because that person goes up all the time, works at it, is around. And here's the thing, as weird as they are, as creepy as they are, as uncomfortable that they make me sometimes, you know what they aren't? An asshole.
Yeah.
And that's all
They're
you have
just
to
around.
do to be likable.
Yeah.
Be crazy, just don't be an asshole. Hey, man, probably not get invited to the hangout. Probably not get invited to get drinks. But you know what you can do? I won't shun you or be an asshole because you're a good person. And dude, that's the problem. I
don't know if I'd go that far.
Maybe not a good person.
I don't
but like,
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Okay, you're right. You're right. But you know what I mean? Like it's always there's gonna be crazy people always in the comedy scene. Like there's no escaping that. It's like my buddy, my roommate said, shout out Galen Ash, he said, he was like, dude, it's never the cool normal people that quit. Or that keep going. It's the cool people that quit. Like it's you always hear where you're like so and so quit, and you're like, no, they were so funny. Like why? You're never like, oh, thank God they finally quit.
Yeah.
And so I think that's that same thing where it's like
they don't have anything else.
That girl.
The cool normal people will meet like a nice person that they'll fall in love with.
Yeah.
And they'll have a decent job. And
then
they'll realize that they're like,
they're
like, oh, this just isn't working for me, and I'd rather focus my time into this. But the crazies, like, this is all they have.
Yeah.
Is like mics, and it's just showing up to open mics and just going up every day. And you do kind of have to respect the resilience of it, just like just literally just getting crushed by a boulder every day.
Yeah.
Just people like
that makes me
not
think
paying attention to you, and you're just like, they just still try. And the thing is, it's just, there's a lot of delusion in comedy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that like think they're, I think the good comics hate themselves a little bit.
Oh, dude, that's the thing. Like, because you right now are like, they think they're good. And in my mind, I was like, I'm good. And then I was like, oh, that's so gross. Like, don't think that.
Yeah.
Like, you're not good. And then I was like, okay, that's kind of
that's
a
what you
normal
need to have. That's what you need to
like,
have. You need to have like a good set, but then you need to walk off and be like, I had fun.
Yeah.
It's the people that like get like a couple chuckles. Like get like two or three chuckles, and they're like, I
fucking crushed. And
I
like,
just
no,
crushed
didn't,
that room,
bro.
and it's like, no, you did not.
You had like a C- set. Like, be honest with yourself.
That's the other thing with comedy though, is that when people start, they don't realize that like there's different tiers of like laughter.
Mm-hmm.
Like and it's like, so it's like crushing to me in my mind is like when the laughing just like it doesn't stop.
I need laugh breaks, bro. I need bit like
when you have to
laugh.
stop.
Yeah.
And like, but then there'll be people like they don't know, so they're just getting like a couple chuckles, and they're just like, oh, I did so well.
Yeah.
And then you like, and I remember doing that. And then you get like 2 years down the line, and you look back on those early sets, and you're like, oh my God, I was bombing.
And no, but I agree with you. I also do think at some point though, you have to give yourself the credit. So what I mean is like, I know what you're talking about, and I 100% agree with you. But I also agree that if you're starting off and you're getting some laughs, also do take that as a victory. But I think we're talking about more like the guy who it's like you did a 5-minute set and you got like 6 laughs in the whole set. And and because they were all at the very end of your like long drawn out jokes, you were like, I crushed. No, you didn't crush. You didn't have a bad set. Sure. Don't be sad, bro. Don't be sad. But don't act like you just leveled the room.
Yeah. There's a level of self. You can tell if someone is going to be in it for the long run, whether or not like on their self-awareness.
If you kill, bro, someone will tell you.
Yeah.
Like you like that's what
I think that's like the fair thing is like you can't say you killed until somebody else tells you killed.
Yes. And you have to also and here's the thing. People tell you had a good set when you had a bad set because like dude, if you bomb and you come up to me after I'm not gonna actually I don't know, we're kind of good friends now that I might be like, that was fucking rough, John, and we'll joke about it because that'll make
because if I bomb, like I always hate whenever I bomb and someone comes up to me like, hey man, like that was good. I'm just like especially if it's like a young comic.
You didn't watch
like,
or you're just kissing my ass. Like don't patronize me.
Like I'm almost 3 years in, right? So it's like especially if there's somebody that's 6 months in comes up to me and is like, hey man, that was good. I'm just like, no, it was not. Like it's like you might think it was good.
And what's sad is they're probably just like they are trying to be nice and like
that's the worst thing about having like friends coming, like the non-comedy friends. Like when I was in LA, I did a show and like it was fun. It was super nice guy, ran the show. Mark Boyd, great dude, funny comic out in LA. Shout out to him.
Shout out Mark Boyd.
But he gave me a spot and I went up and like it just like wasn't like it just didn't go well for me, right? Yeah. And I had like 15 friends there. Like the room was just like really big and I wasn't able to like engage them or anything like that. And so I remember like getting off and they like and I had like some pops and stuff and so it's like, you know, everybody was telling me like, oh no, you did good, and I was like kind of down on myself. And then the next day I was talking to my friend I was staying with about it. He was like, it really wasn't as bad as you think it was. And I was like, look man, if you liked it, like if you guys enjoyed it, that is so awesome.
That's what
so glad. But I do this every day.
Yeah,
I know what that was. You know, so it's like you guys can have enjoyed it, and I can know that that was not good.
It was, dude. The other night, that night that you all went out together, I was bummed that I didn't get to go out with you. But I was up in Round Rock, and I was doing Brian's room. Shout out Brian McDuffie, great room, dude. I had a B+ set. It's a good set. But I wanted to kill. And I got off stage, and for about 10 minutes, I had to walk. You know, I was upset. I walked away, I had a smoke, calmed myself down. Like, you know, had a little pity party for myself. Because that's who I am. Because I'm an athlete. Because I'm, like, it's not that, like, because then, you know, everyone's coming up like, dude, no, you had a good set. Like, you were funny. You got a bunch of laughs. And I'm like, no, I know that. Like, I didn't think I bombed. I know I didn't bomb, but, like, I know I could have done better. I know I'm a better comic than what I did. And because I didn't do any, like, new material or anything different, I know I just didn't perform as well. Yeah. And I can't be happy. But in the end, like you said, did the crowd have fun? Did people enjoy it? That's what matters. But I'm not going to let myself get away with being complacent with that.
Complacency is the biggest enemy.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen to too many people.
No, 100%. To wrap up the story, because then, Friday night, I had my redemption set, good set. That girl goes on, eats shit, runs the light. Bro, she's dressed like a fucking leprechaun. She's in all green, really rough. She leaves.
Just makes every decision wrong possible. Yeah, From the moment she woke up, she was like, I'm just going to fuck up everything about my day today.
Bro, funny side story before I wrap that thing up. She, I don't know how to say this without sounding a little offensive. So I'm going to say it as weird as I can. She had pretty large bazungas, and she was flaunting them.
Bazungas, what does that mean?
She had big chesticles, you know.
Chesticles is the worst name for boobs.
So cool. Boobs are so awesome. They're so cool. Women like boobs. Dude like boobs. Gay people like. Everyone likes boobs.
You know what we should relate them to? The one part of the body that nobody likes.
Yeah, no one likes chesticles.
Nobody.
Testicles are gross,
Let's relate them
bro.
to the grossest part of a man's body.
Those beautiful, like, firm things. Let's compare them to the saggy sacks of skin that hang between dudes' legs.
The nastiest
that half
stuff
of them
ever.
don't wash.
Yeah, dude.
Months without. Like, oh, you're supposed to scrub those things? What do you mean? But
no, dude, I can't wash my balls. That's gay, dude.
Dude, before I'm on stage, okay, so when I'm on stage, if my girlfriend's there, I look at her a lot because she's a calming presence.
Yeah.
She was right behind my girlfriend, like getting herself hyped to go on stage. So she was going like this, dude. So every time I looked at my girlfriend, who's like 5'1", behind this like 5'8" lady, her tits were like smashing her head from like the depth perception. I'm like, fucking, what is going on over here? And so she bombs, dude. And then Jordan goes on after, and he has to recover the room. And, you know, I'm like, all right, dude, you know, like, I'm ready to see him go up there, bro. He gets on stage and he goes, yo, that shit was fucking terrible. And the crowd, bro, starts dying.
That's amazing.
Dying because...
That's what she deserves. That's what she deserves.
And here's the best part is I thought he handled it so good because after that you might be like, whoa, well that's mean. And he goes, hey Queen, he goes, we're professionals and we do that shit professionally. You can't half-ass that shit. Y'all got to see a professional and then you got to see someone who half-asses it, and that shit ain't the same. And people like started clapping and shit, and it was like, exactly, dude. Like, I'm not hating on her, bro.
That's so baller.
Yeah, it was so cool.
That's so
it was
baller.
so cool because then Jordan crushed, and then people were like so happy and stuff. And
there's
like,
something freeing about the mic to where like you're just suddenly like I don't like to be mean to people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No,
Ever.
I don't want to go on stage.
But when I'm on stage, if somebody deserves it, it's like suddenly it just feels okay.
Yeah.
I remember this one time, like when I was like maybe a year in.
Yeah.
I was doing this open mic in San Marcos, and it was like a variety open mic. So there was a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
And I was following Raymond Cabrera, who
Yeah,
we know and love.
Yeah.
He's one of the sweetest boys
Such
in the
a
world.
nice dude, yeah.
And Raymond's on stage, and there's this like little fucking 18-year-old fucker in the front row that after every one of Raymond's jokes, he's like, hey, why don't you try writing funny ones? Hey, why don't you try saying something funny, man? Like just being a dick. So I was just getting like amped, bro. And I remember like I went up there and I was like, I'm just gonna wait till he says something to me. And I like get through one joke and he like yells something at me, and I was just like, oh hey man, yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't fucking like you. And I just like started bitching about it. I was like, oh, you're like, I just was like, it was like I just tossed the whole set just to be mean to this kid, because I was like, you need this though. There's moments wherever like you're sitting there and you're like, someone has to say this to you in your life, because otherwise you're gonna go out there, you're gonna be 50 years old yelling at a fucking waiter. Yeah. Because they didn't bring you like ice in your water. Yeah, pieces and you're gonna be tripping. You're gonna be tripping out. It's like, so I remember just being like, fuck you, dude. If you're gonna talk shit, go put your name on that list, sign up, and get up here and you tell jokes.
Yeah, bro. No one's making you
and
be here.
Dude, fucking tugged his dick between his legs, moved to the back of the room so fast. Just I got quiet. I had other artists coming up to me, like thanking me. What was funny is that I got like tunnel vision in it. Yeah. And I was only like, this is where like I went wrong. I was only like the second person performing. So like the audience only had like 6 minutes of him being an asshole, and like they weren't sick of it yet. Yeah. So like I just remember like just going tunnel vision, just being so mean to this kid, and then they just like suddenly just snapped out of it and just looked around, and the whole audience was just like, ooh. I was just like, oh my god, they're not on my side. I'm gonna leave. You know,
I did that at the Creek one night on one of the Wild West mics. There was just a guy in the front row that was like doing like, oh, so funny, like to people, and like I was in the setup of like my first joke, and he was like, I get it. I get what you're doing. And like, dude, it snapped something in me. And I was just like, yo, shut the fuck up. I was like, bro, you're a fucking loser. Go home. What are you here? You're drunk on a fucking Wednesday night heckling people. You're fucking pathetic, dog. Probably nothing's ever worked out in your life for you. So you're taking other people. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here. And then like, he's trying to yell. So I go, nah, bro, I got a mic. I'm louder than you. Get the fuck out. 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 And then they've kicked him out. And then I was just like, oh, yeah, none of you like me now, huh? And I just ate shit for the rest of my set. But, like, sometimes, dude, just people
need
hit that fucking thing in your bones.
There are people in this world that need to just be fucking knocked down. And the thing is that a lot of people are nice and polite people. And those kinds of people, they just stomp over that shit. Yeah. Because they know they can. And it's like, that guy probably went home that night and he probably sat and fucking looked in his mirror and he was like, I am drunk on a Wednesday being an asshole. What am I doing with my life? He's like, you know, he's probably just like, ever since my wife left me, just like going down a whole journey of just like, you might have fucking set him up on being a better person. Yeah. You know, it's like sometimes that's all it takes. Or he put the cold steel in his mouth. Like, because dude, that girl and the dumb leprechaun Lucky Charms bitch, she probably thought that she was the shit walking into that place. She was like, I'm going to do comedy. Yeah. Because everybody loves me and I'm amazing. Yeah. And it's like, bitch, no, you're not. All right. You have to earn being amazing. You don't get, like, too many people don't understand that. Like, it's like, you don't get to just be an incredible person. Yeah. Like, no, you have to earn that shit.
Bro. Yeah. This shit is fucking
You have to earn that shit. And that's what I love about comedy is that at the end of the day, no matter who you think you are, no matter who you actually are, even the biggest names, you know, you can go up there and just eat shit. Yeah. And it'll just bring you right back down to earth.
Yeah, no. I respect any comic as long as they work hard, they're nice in some capacity, and they're getting better. That's all that matters to me for me to respect you as a comic. You don't need to be fucking Dave Chappelle. We don't have to be at the same level. You don't even have to be good. But if you were dog shit and now you're just bad, dude, you're grinding and you're working, and I respect you far more than the people who are good that never go up. Yeah. They're lazy and you're not. And that's all it takes for me to respect.
I will say, I think one of the funniest things one of my favorite quotes, and this is a shout out to Ray Chinove here.
Yeah.
Is I remember Jason told me this one night that him and Jason, Ray and Jason were at home.
Yeah.
And Ray was just like sitting on the couch, just like looking disheveled. And Jason was like, "What's up, man?" And Ray just like looked up and he's just like, I'm tired of being humbled."
For real, yeah.
And I was like, bro, I feel that.
Yeah.
Like you hit points sometimes where you're just like, come on, can't something go well?
Yeah,
like,
no, that
please.
shit sucks, dude. It's hard, but you got to live off the highs, keep the lows.
Yeah,
dude, I just had a crazy high. I have a clip we just started. Dude, I have on TikTok. I posted a clip on Wednesday. Bro, it's at 750,000 views.
Isn't that nuts,
dude? It's wild because like
you just get to watch it like update and update.
I woke up yesterday and it was at 300,000, and this morning it was at 750,000. It's almost at 100,000 likes. It's this is like not a brag. It was wild because first off, like when I go 750,000 people saw a clip from my podcast. 750,000. Like the entire like central area of the United States like saw. Like that's so crazy. And then it got also really funny because now it's reached the point where people are arguing in my comments. Like it's gotten out of control. And like I like that they're like, okay, so in the clip, and I feel bad because in the clip, my guest, Jamar John Johnson, says an urban school, which if you watch the whole podcast is a callback to when we were talking about urban rooms early on and how it's just white people trying not to say a black room.
Yeah.
And so instead of saying a black school, he was like an urban school. It was a joke. And bro, people are freaking out on him for calling it an urban school. But the best part is there's been a few people that are like, dude, this fucking white boy really called an HBCU an urban school, which I didn't. My guest did. And then people in the comments would be like, you fucking idiot. It's clearly the other guy. He didn't say that shit. And I have like little warriors fighting for me. And I'm like, go kill each other, kill each other. Or like, dude, apparently it was part of the Urban 13, which was like the first 13 schools. So there's like a 50 comment thread now in there of people arguing if the school's actually urban or not. And I'm like, yes, dude, this is hilarious. Like,
see, what's funny now is that like now that we're talking about it again, you're just gonna post this one and it's just gonna be people being like, I fucking told you, dude. I told you, dude.
Sure,
he's
right,
racist as fuck, dude. Got him.
Yeah, dude, that would be fucking hilarious. It would. It was funny. It was cool too. It was really cool because like I went to Murray State, you know, the little flag I'm wearing here, and it's a small school, dude. It's 12,000 people go to it, but it's in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of like the only reason people know about us is because the Ja Morant, who's in the NBA, went to the school, and like otherwise it's a tiny school, and I had kind of a negative experience with football there, and I liked the school, but I wasn't like proud. Like I wasn't like, like I didn't have that same like alma mater pride, bro. It was so sick the amount of people on it that were like shoes up because we're racers, which is like a horse. So you go, horseshoes up. And like everyone was like, shoes up, bro. When'd you graduate? Dude, this guy this morning was like, yo, bro, we played against each other. I was the quarterback at UT Martin. I remember you. Like small world shit like that. Like I had old teammates being like, dude, my homie in North Carolina sent me your TikTok, asked if I knew you. So like it made me have like more like pride to be from Murray State, which was pretty cool.
It's crazy going viral.
Yeah,
it really is. I've had it happen like one time where I went like I've gone viral like a couple of times, but one where I went like really viral. Like I had this story I told about whenever I was in high school. I'll go ahead and tell the story first. When I was in high school, I was on the swim team, right? Yeah. And me and my coach really didn't get along by like my third year because I just was over it. You know, she was like a bad coach, and I just didn't care to like listen to what she was doing. Like I would show up to practice and she'd be like, all right, go get dressed, like go get your suit. And I would like just walk in the locker room and just be like, I don't think so.
Yeah, fuck
and I just walk right back out in clothes, bro. She'd be like, what are you doing? And I'd be like, I'm just not swimming.
I'm swimming in pants today.
So I remember one day she was like choosing captains. for the next year. She's like thinking about who she's going to choose for captains. I was like, hey, coach, I think you should pick me to be captain of the swim team next year. She like pulled me aside and she was like, I think you should quit the team.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So I did. I just quit. And then a couple months later, the yearbook committee pulls me out of class. And I thought it was going to be for like theater, you know. And I was like stoked because I had never been like the guy I picked for the yearbook. I felt like all special.
Yeah, you're like, no, did an interview.
I was like, hell yeah, dude, I'm going to be fucking featured, dude.
Yeah.
Look at me go. And then they pulled me out and they're like, yeah, we just want to interview you about the swim team. And I was like, oh my God, like they don't know that I quit.
Yeah.
And so they asked me a couple of questions and they get to the last one. They're like, what are you most excited about next year on the swim team? And I was like, I'm just really excited that coach decided to make me captain next year.
No, dude.
Yeah, bro. And then so that shit ends, right? And like a couple months go by, yearbook comes out. I had kind of forgotten about it. I just remembered. I could like grab my friend's yearbook. I flip to the swim team page, and there's a picture of me, and right over it, it just says "Aye, captain."
No way,
it has
dude.
that quote. They chose that quote out of everything I said to put in there. And I remember going by my coach's classroom. I hadn't seen her in forever.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, coach, you see the yearbook? And she was like, yeah, that was not funny. And I was like, I fucking thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was. And I left. And then that was the last I ever saw of it. And I didn't think about it until like recently. Did you become the captain? No. I didn't think about it until...
You should just went in there, bro, like, look at me, I am the captain. Yeah. Like, full Somali pirate.
Captain Phillips, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking AK.
Yeah. Swim coach, just leopard print Speedo,
AK,
Cuban link chain, wife beater. Get in the pool and swim, bitches.
I remember... I realized recently that I was like, man, like back then, you know, I was like, I'm sticking it to the man.
Yeah.
You know, like I was sticking it to the man, you know, I was standing up for myself. I realize now that I was really just making like a 37-year-old depressed woman's life like way harder.
Yeah, you made it
just way worse.
Just fucking her whole day up.
But yeah, so I like told that story, right? And it got like 1.5 million views, like 300,000 something likes.
Yeah.
And I just remember like, it was like my first taste of like what fame would be like.
Yeah.
And I just remember being like, I don't like who I am right now. Because I would just sit there, bro, just refreshing. Just like watching the likes just pour in and just being like, oh my God, dude. It was like, I became this like monstrous person that was just like so obsessed with the attention I was getting.
Oh, dude, if you don't think I'm praying, like I want this bitch to get to 1 million. So I'm checking like, hey, we're going to get done with this. And the first social media check will be how much it went
What's crazy is it's such like a showing of like human nature of like, you know, we talk about like in comedy how it's like, you'll never be satisfied with where you're at. And it's so true because I remember like getting that too and like getting to 1 million and being like, all right, let's hit 2.
I remember being like, if this got to 400,000 and now it's like 8 and I'm like, it's not enough. Like,
it's like you always want more.
And I put out another clip since then yesterday and it's at like 700 views and I'm like, I'm pathetic. Yeah. I'm a failure.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's what happened.
Was that the peak, dude?
I posted a reel on Instagram not too long ago of like a bit of mine and it got like 30,000 views and like almost 2,000 likes.
Wow,
and so I was like, which I was really happy. I was very proud of that one because it's like stand up.
It feels
you know?
good when people acknowledge your work.
Yeah.
It's not like,
and it's not like just some story I was
it's
telling.
Not some,
like,
you did do a fucking bullshit
like,
reaction clip. Like that's your stand up you wrote.
That, yeah. And then I remember I like did Blind Tiger down in San Antonio and I got this clip of this newer bit I was doing and I was like stoked on it.
Really funny. I actually watched it before you came on and it made me laugh. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, and I'm
the creepy guy who liked it like 2 weeks after.
I was so stoked, dude. I was like, this one's gonna all right, let's keep it going, let's keep it rolling. And then it just like got like 150 likes.
It's never the
funniest.
Just
like capped out and I was just like, what the fuck, dude? I thought that one was so good.
No, dude, it's dumb because it's like this clip that went viral. It's not that I don't think it's not funny or I don't think it's made good, but I'm like, yo, this isn't the funniest clip I put out or the best made
what
one.
It matters is shares or comments, because what I realized is on that story it was comments for me because like everybody just like it was like I like stitched like this clip of this girl that was like doing like some dance thing where she was like, when your favorite sport gets ruined by your high school coach, right? So then people just started sharing their stories like in the comments. So then it just blew up because of that. But then like the theater one, you know, the theater kid bit that like went kind of viral on Instagram, it was like it had like 500 shares because theater kids, I'm guessing, were just fucking sending that to each other.
That's
like,
what you need.
And so it just like it's more like the shares and comments like drive it up more than likes, you know. And so it's like I found that it's like if you can put something down that's like the funniest clip ever, but like if it doesn't like engage the viewer in a way that they're like they either has to be like funny enough they want to share it or relevant enough to their lives in a specific group that they want to share it, or like something that like sparks conversation. Like those are the things that are going to push your clips
exactly
like, far.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's the funny thing is like talking about the urban part. Like that was probably like a crucial part of it going viral is because there are like it is still like they're still arguing about whether it's like an urban school or not, and
that's
like all.
That's why people like Alex Jones and like stuff like that go as viral as they do, is because it sparks discourse.
It's controversial.
And so it's controversial. So like that's why you see people that you're like, how the fuck is this person famous?
Yeah.
You know, it's just because like that Trisha Paytas girl that's always like fucking crying on the floor while eating McDonald's like she's David Hasselhoff. I hate that girl.
But like dude, props to her. Like she found her.
She like it's just discourse. She just creates drama. Like all these like lazy. I hate lazy fame. Yeah. There's so much like lazy fame. And it's crazy. You know what's crazy about fame nowadays is there are people like we're the first generation of people that have like famous people that are poor.
Yeah, or like
I worked with a guy at Olive Garden a year ago that had 3 million followers on TikTok. Yeah, and I was like, he would get recognized. Yeah, at the host stand,
dude, because you get like,
and it's like, bro, you're working like an $8 an hour job. And you're famous. Yeah. It's like it's insane. You know, it's like fame like 20 years ago was like you'd have like fucking McLarens and big houses, and now it's like you have like a 1-bedroom apartment that you can barely afford. You know, like
and fame's all relevant because it's like, yes, this clip blew up, and like the coolest part is like I'm excited for it for like future stuff for this podcast and future stuff because like I had 390 TikTok followers and I have 1,500 now just from that clip, which is nice. But here's the thing, dude. My podcast didn't go up in views one bit because of the clip. Like that's not how it works. Like it's not like I now can sell out shows or sell tickets. No. Those people went, that was a funny clip, and anyone who followed me maybe likes my stuff, but it's like it's not even enough to get people to click onto it. It's just that they can hit that little plus button to add your profile in the corner.
It's one of those things that it's like they just add it to their like, you know, reservoir of fucking
shit that made them laugh.
Yeah, and it's like, and then hopefully like you kind of have to build from it of like just getting viral like consistently, like,
and having a catalog. That's why I'm glad too. Is it's like anyone who maybe was interested in being a fan of me, like could click on my TikTok page and see hundreds of posts of different clips from different episodes, different stand-up bits, all kinds of things.
Yeah, I know like a lot of people are like very picky about the reels they post, and I'll post reels of like clips, like as long as I'm doing well, like I'll post like clips like, you know, of bits that are like in development, like that theater bit that I did.
I'm still torn on that because like right now I really want to post this bit from the Poor Choices show because it crushed. Jimmy has the cool cuts of the camera into the crowd on the tape. And I like want to do it, but it's also like one of my best bits. So it's like there's that torn where I'm like I don't want to burn it, but then it's also like, bro, like I'm doing a show at that gun store tonight. Do you think anyone there is there because Brandon Lejean is there? Yeah. Do you think anyone there is going to be like halfway through the bit like, nah, man, I already saw this on TikTok? Because I think of like Bert Kreischer still tells the machine because people come to the show and go, oh, it's Bert Kreischer the machine. And they're like, tell me the machine. And, and everyone knows it, but it's like you want to hear them tell it. So I get kind of torn with that. I'm probably going to post it. I think
that it's like, I don't know, like, you know, with that theater bit, like I've changed a part of it now. So it's like if there is anybody that by chance came to a show because I was on it and they like liked that clip a lot, then it's like now they're going to come see it and they're going to hear that joke start and they're going to be like, oh, I've seen this one before. And then boom, it's going to surprise them that it's like a different middle section, you know, and it's like
you're right.
Middle section. And it is cool though. Like you just gain like followers. Like I remember I was like hovering like at the edge of having 900 for like months, and then I posted that one and I jumped up to like 950.
Yeah, it's really
cool. Which is cool, and and then it's just about engaging with people like after shows. I think I realized there's like so many comics.
I'm trying to get a mailing list going. I just got the first email from my mailing list the other night. And
really?
Like I invested like in a bunch of stickers for like this one, the Your Last Resort podcast sticker, and like in my head I was like, like, you know, I can, you know, I'm not, it's not like these are gonna make me a ton of money, but I was like, you know, I can sell them for this much and this, and people will be interested. And then I like realized I was like, like people don't want to buy merch. Like we're not famous. Like it doesn't work like that. And so I just have like 400 stickers. So my new thought is after shows, if I have a good set, I'm like, hey, thank you so much. My name's Brandon Lejean. If you enjoyed my comedy, I have a mailing list that I'm giving out free stickers if you sign up. Thank you. Give it up for your host. And then at the end of shows, hey, thank you so much for coming. And if they show any indication of like, oh, you were great, you were so funny, I'd be like, oh, thank you. I do shows all over. I have a mailing list. I'll give you a free sticker if you sign up for it. I'm not going to blow up your spot either. And then like, I feel like that's a good way because then you got.
I think it's cool that you're even engaging like that because it's like, I've noticed there's like so many comics that I kind of think they're like too cool for school after a good set. That, like people come up to them and it's like, oh, thank you, and then they just like walk away. It's like, what are you doing?
These are potential fans,
like,
bro. People like, we're not big enough for anyone to care. But think about, we've all been. Think about
when you meet big people. Like I met Sean Patton the other night, right, at Creek. Yeah. And I remember like the first thing he did was ask my name.
Yeah,
and he talked to me. I was already a fan of his comedy, but when you engage with somebody like that, which is what I've been doing after shows, is when people come up to me, I'm just like, well, thank you so much for coming out. I'm really happy y'all had a good time. What's your name? You know, I get their name. I get to know them for a second because it's like they're already coming up to you because they're now a fan of your comedy. But if you're like really nice to them and friendly with them, they're gonna walk away being a fan of you.
Exactly.
You know, and they're gonna like just like you, and it's like that's so important. I don't understand. Like I see like these pockets of people that are like not willing to do that, or they think they're too good for that, or they think they're too cool for that. It's like, why? Like, the point of this is to get people to like us. You know?
No, exactly.
Like, the whole point of this is to get people to like us.
Exactly.
Just be likable.
It's
nice
it's a slow process. I think it's just like, I get it. I think people just get upset when they're like, they're not like famous right away or something like that. But it's a cool moment, kind of have something blow up. It was funny because someone was asking, like, they were like, can you tell like a follow-up story on the next one? And like, I just ended up not getting offered by the HBCU, and I ended up not going. But the way I committed to Murray State is I was waiting to hear back from Murray State and Southeastern Louisiana, like two completely different schools. They were both D1 AAs, both offering me full rides potentially, like, and I couldn't decide because it was like, to a California kid, it was like Louisiana or Kentucky. They both sound fucking foreign as shit to me, like culture shock. And so I literally was at Disneyland that day, that they was like the last day to commit or whatever. It just worked out that way. And I was at Disneyland being like even whiter than I possibly could. And I literally was like, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to commit to whoever calls me first, because they both were like, we'll call you tomorrow with the official offer. So it's like, whoever calls me first, wanted me more, that's who I'll go to. And so I ended up accepting my Murray State offer in like the sideline of the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland. So like, for me to ever thought of going to an HBCU is insane, because I was literally like sitting in a tiki themed restaurant with like gentrified statues and people like, this is the backside of water, like making jokes about it. And I was just fucking chilling, like with a headphone on, like, yeah, man, I'd love to come to Western Kentucky. And then I ended up there. But I
remember when I chose my college, I had applied to
I wanted to go to Texas State. I want to go to Texas State so bad that the only, like, when I was 19 years old, first year out of high school, this bitch broke my heart and I was sad. So I was like, let's just fucking road trip with my boy. And we drove out to Austin. Like, super random. And I was like, let's go to Texas State. Like, that's where I want to go to college. Like, just take me there. I'm going to like walk into the football facility, like find them, show them my tape, and I'm like going to get an offer. And that did not happen. But I wanted to go so bad. And ironically, I remember I left and my family was like, hey, like, how was Texas? How was this? And I was like, listen, I'll never, ever leave California. But if someone held like a gun to my head and was like, you have to leave, I would move to Austin. That place was fucking sick. And then now here I am, like 7 years later, I live in Austin, which is very weird.
I remember I literally, because I had the grades for state, you know, so it's like, I applied there and got in, and I was like halfway through applications for other schools. And at that time I was still like, I had like done comedy like once or twice, but like I wasn't like a comedian.
Yeah, you just try. You're like, dude, that looks fun.
Yeah, but at this point I was still like, I want to be an actor. So I was like auditioning for schools in like California and New York and stuff like that. But then I remember I just like didn't, like, I had like application processes to like finish, and I was like lazy, and I just got accepted into Texas State one day, like while I was in math class, and I just was like, I'll just go there.
Yeah. Fuck
I
it.
just made like
It's a sick school, dude.
massively important life decision just by being like, yeah, all right.
I like how
don't feel like
carefree you were.
finishing anything else.
Yeah.
So, and I went there, and I'm so glad I did. It was so much fucking fun. I can't imagine having gone anywhere else. But
Yeah.
it was like, it's just, I feel like it's such like a telltale sign of like who I am, of just being like,
So just
yeah,
with the
I
win.
can just go there. I don't need to finish all these other ones.
Yeah, dude. Well, this summer we're gonna have to for sure float the river.
Oh, we'll
Me
float.
and Jordan were already talking about that.
Yeah,
Because
we're gonna
ironically, one of my old JUCO defensive linemen, shout out Corbin Casey, one of my boys, is the bartender at Axis in downtown,
Really?
and also part time works at Texas Floats or Texas Tube Floats. So like
Yeah.
we can for sure go down there and have a good fucking time. It'll
Yeah,
be fun.
dude. There's a lot of good spots to float down there. It was going to college there was fun because it's like, I mean, obviously it's known as like a party school,
Yeah.
and that was fun for me because I never went to parties in high school.
Yeah.
I remember when I was graduating, I was like in line in my cap and gown.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody that I wasn't that close with, just we were in order, and I was like, why didn't we ever have like, you know, like big high school parties, like
Yeah.
super bad and stuff like that? Why didn't we have any of those? And they were like, yeah, we did. And I was just like, oh.
I just didn't get invited.
I just wasn't cool.
That's
Alright.
so fucking funny. Yeah, I went to high school. High school is sick, dude. High school is the best.
Fucking miss high school so much.
All right, dude. We're gonna kind of like start wrapping the podcast up here because we're hitting that close to the hour mark. I want to hit you with a few would you rather's here. It's how we kind of end
Sounds
the
good,
podcast.
yeah.
Would you rather? Okay, this one's if you had to give up multiple choice. Would you rather? If you had to give up one forever, would you give up meat, eggs, or dairy?
Dairy. I've lived without dairy before.
What's in eggs? Because immediately I just go, oh, I won't eat scrambled eggs. But I think I'm underestimating.
You
the
can do
things.
scrambled eggs without dairy.
But like so well because I like milk.
Yeah.
But like eggs, I feel like you don't really
Actually,
use
yeah.
eggs.
I
and
feel
shit.
like the thing is
ice
like,
cream, chocolate, that all uses dairy,
yeah,
right?
that's true. I've lived without dairy before though.
You have?
Yeah,
How was
I've
that?
lived without it, and it wasn't. It was not bad. I got used to it. I went on like a heavy diet a while ago, and so I was like, I lost like a bunch of weight one summer, and yeah, I cut out dairy entirely, and it was, you know, it wasn't bad. You got like almond milk. There's ice cream that's like
what I guess. Yeah,
coconut
there's
milk
a lot of
ice cream, and, like,
substitutes.
yeah, there's substitutes and stuff that you can do, and I like eggs. You know, I like breakfast tacos
I
a lot.
do
I
love
don't need
eggs.
cheese on stuff. Like
Yeah.
I can go. I like cheese, but I can go without cheese, and so it's like. Yeah, I think dairy would be the easiest one to kick because there's no way I can kick meat. There's no
fuck
way.
that. That's dumb. Yeah, I didn't. That one made me.
I think
chuckle
I
when
eat
I read
meat
it.
in every meal.
All right, I'm sticking with eggs just because, like you said, I think you can find substitutes for both, but I like dairy products more than I like eggs.
Yeah, and eggs they're not in too much stuff.
No. Okay, so 69 people voted on this. Nice. Because I get these all from Reddit.
Yeah.
43 said eggs, 13 said meat, 8 said dairy. So the
Yeah.
lowest was dairy. I just feel like you underestimate. And here's the thing. Because I take these would you rather, like
Yeah.
people will laugh at how seriously I take them, but like I've been doing this for 103 episodes. So you gotta just commit to them or they're not fun.
I think that if I hadn't done it already before, then there's no way I would think dairy.
Well, and the thing too is what it doesn't specify, like you said, is can I have almond milk?
Yeah.
Can I? Because the like almond milk, almond ice cream, bro. I used to be a hater of like that shit.
Yeah.
My girl put me on it, bro. Oof. Vanilla
It's
oat milk,
amazing.
bro, is goated.
It's amazing.
And so that's my thing is
I like some of it. I like almond milk better than regular milk.
yeah, if you can, if you're allowed to substitute it like that or drink lactose milk, then I'm in. But if it's like no milk, no ice cream, like more like that.
Yeah.
But why I think you're fine is the third option, or there's a fourth option that I didn't read, but it just says don't care / I'm already vegan.
Yeah.
So like I think vegan, if it's saying I'm already vegan is a choice, that means you could eat non-dairy ice
Yeah.
cream. So, okay. This one was a good one. Would you rather use a flip phone instead of an iPhone or a typewriter instead of a laptop?
Typewriter.
Typewriter? Oh.
Dude, just be so sick. Just pulling up to like a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Just like fucking. just bothering everybody.
Yeah. Now here's my overthinking.
It's so loud, dude. It's so loud.
Annoying, dude. You need to carry an ink bottle around to re-up it.
Just bumming everybody out, dude. Like people are leaving.
Yeah, dude. Remember how they're like, hey man,
room, dude.
if you have a laptop in your lap, it's gonna give your balls testicular cancer. Like, yeah, if you have typewriter, you're gonna get like polio or some ancient disease is trapped. And you're like, I got the Black Plague using my typewriter. What the fuck?
I think I got smallpox. Yeah, covered.
I'm in the
shit,
iron lungs, bro.
Yeah. Just the head out.
That'd be fuck that. That's a terrible way. My only thought about the typewriter is with a typewriter, you every time you I don't know if you know this, but like with a typewriter, if you fuck up spelling, you have to just start over.
Yeah, you have to like white out.
There's no erasing there, or you have to like type in the correction almost, which is like. And then here's my thought. It just says instead of a laptop. I edit, so I'm fucked. Yeah. But this one says
it doesn't leave out the possibility of having a PC.
Like typing for a laptop and using a flip phone instead of an iPhone for phone stuff.
See, for me, it's like I record my sets on my phone.
Yeah,
I have the social media and stuff, and like
you can record ringtones on the old
social
phones.
media is like sucks. It sucks so hard, but like we as comics and like entertainers don't really have a choice on it. So it's like I need that, and like. You know, like I write down a lot of ideas in my phone. Like there's just so much, my calendar, you know, like my emails, all that.
Enough. You're right.
I have so much on it. So it's like, I don't think I could give that up, but I really don't use my laptop that much unless I am like editing something or something. And
it doesn't say
anything about having a PC, dude. I just get a computer.
Right. All right, if it does not a problem with editing, and because then I'm gonna go with the what you said, then going with the typewriter, if there's no editing effect, because I think it would also be, you know, the phone would just it would be too much of a pain. All right, 197 people, so about 200 people voted. 130 said flip phone instead of an iPhone, and only 64 said typewriter.
Really?
So we're in the minority.
Again.
I think I just need that clarification of can I use it for editing? Because that's the big difference. Okay, this one was really weird. I remember the third one was weird. Oh, okay. Would you rather personally mow a football field packed with babies or press a button to drop a 50-ton mega nuke on New York City?
I think pressing the button, dude.
Dude, the button is way better.
Yeah, because you have to mow babies. Can you imagine the mess, dude?
Dude, yeah, and the question is,
mower
am I
jammed
handheld? Like, we're gonna be like,
boom,
boom, or I'm at least on a fucking John Deere, like,
yeah, but even if you are, dude, like, there's gonna be moments where you're like, gosh, jammed. You're gonna have to get off and like start picking fucking body parts out, dude.
The babies out and shit.
Yeah,
dude,
it's
pacifiers jamming the wheel.
It's so funny, dude. Kyle called me last night and he was like, they have like mice or whatever, and there was one caught in a trap, but like wasn't dying. And he's like, whoa. He's like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, bro. He's like, I kind of want to just crush it. And I was like, no, like just grab it in the bag and pull it out. And he finally gets around. He does it. He like gets it in a bag, takes it outside, throws it in the trash. And I was like, do you realize how much? He's like, I kind of feel bad. I was like, yeah, do you realize how much worse you'd feel if you crushed it, bro?
Yeah,
like, that's true. That's like a personal thing. You know, like, now you've done it. Like, dude, if I press the button, it's like, yeah, I pressed the button, bro, but like I'm far away.
Yeah, dude. And it's like one of those things like football field packed with babies. Let's do the math here. A football field is 110 yards long and 53 1/3 yards wide. So I don't know what that is, but like,
dude, regular babies are like this big.
A baby's about not even 3 feet, right?
Yeah.
A baby's what?
No,
a foot?
dude, like a foot. Yeah.
So there's 3 babies per yard. So you'd have like. Okay, so if there's we're gonna do a bunch of math. 3 babies per yard. That means there's about 150 babies across.
Yeah.
And then 110 yards means there's like 330 babies that way. So it's like 150 times like. So you're like probably like 5,000 babies.
Yeah, and you're pulling up, dude. I mean, imagine pulling up to that site. Like you're in a riding lawnmower. And you pull up and there's just like, we need you to mow this lawn. And you look out, there's just cries of babies, dude. Just fucking putting in the AirPods, dude. It's like fucking
just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just
fucking eyes shut, dude. Just fucking bouncing, bro. Like, just like the field would be ruined, dude. Just be like,
I like that you're like, the field would be a mess. How are we going to clean it up?
Like, and the city'd be all upset. Like, it would be bad.
Oh, bro. Oh, that would be
You
terrible.
definitely have some protesters out there.
Yeah, because guys, clearly the nuke kills more people, but I don't have to be there for
Yeah,
it.
dude. It's like it. I mean, yeah, like I don't
Yeah,
know.
dude.
Like I mean, humanely, like it would probably be like wait, because the nuke will kill like most of the world. But
Yeah, well, because what?
It's like-
New York City probably
it would take out like most of New Jersey and shit too. But like
yeah, it's a mega nuke.
so it's like, and you know, they're all like people with lives and stuff. So like humanely and like thinking about it, like I think the correct decision would be to like mow those fucking babies, dude. But
yeah.
like I don't know, dude. I don't think I could just like mow over babies. I think I would feel pretty. I think it would fuck me up pretty bad.
All right, I have such a fun thing for us. I've pulled up this website that simulates if you drop nukes on places.
Okay.
So we have New York City.
50 megatons.
It's a
is what you said, right?
megaton. Let me see if it had the measurement. If not, yeah, 50 megatons. So let me find this with. Okay, yeah, here we go.
Let me
the
see it.
Tsar bomb, the largest USSR bomb ever tested. What's funny is I'm actually kind of like, I like history. This bomb is so big that they detonated it in the middle of the Siberia desert, which is like the most largest barren. It's not even,
Yeah.
it's like a snow desert in Russia. And it still reached fallout into neighboring cities. And it's like the biggest unpopulated area in the world. It's so big that if this bomb can't be dropped, you just have to like wheel it in and detonate it. Like a plane can't carry it. It's too big.
That's insane.
So, all right, let's see.
That's pretty.
Okay, so here we go. So we're on New York. It's set on New York. It's dropping right in the you know the tri-state peninsula area. This is probably where they would nuke it if they were going to. Let's detonate this bitch. Oh, oh,
Yeah, that's taken out.
bro! It takes out. Okay, it goes for anyone and anyone watching. I'll screenshot this real quick so you guys can see just how absurdly large the fucking radius is. But if we drop it on the center of the New York, it goes as far west as Huntington. This is like a different state, I think. It goes all the way out into what is this? I don't even know what state this is. It gets down into New Jersey.
Yeah.
Takes out New Brunswick, all of these Yonkers, all the way up into Stamford, which is for sure in another state.
See, now that we're looking at this, it's like that's got to be. Does it say the stats of how many like millions of people? That
Let me see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna read you guys the effects and everything that it says down here. Okay, so the radiation radius is about 3.14 kilometers. It's all gonna be in kilometers, guys. So it says likely fatal about 15% of. So anyone. So likely fatal to anyone in this. Any survivors will eventually die of cancer. Pretty much. That's in that. That's in that
Does it
first.
say, like,
That's
does
in
it have
that
a number?
green radius.
Yeah.
And then the yellow radius, it says that's the fireball. The nuclear, it touches the amount. Anything inside this fireball is immediately vaporized. Okay, so anyone in that red thing dies.
Dead.
No question.
That's,
Anyone in
that's
this
like all of New York City.
anyone in this big one is getting like
Fucked up.
yeah, fucked. It says they're gonna get light damage, and then even these people, the giant yellow radius, they'll get 3rd-degree burns, radiation sickness, radiation poisoning.
Dude, I think we gotta mow these babies.
For real, dude.
That's pretty devastating, bro.
Yeah,
I think
dude.
we gotta mow babies, dude.
Holy fuck. I wish it would tell you how many people it thought it would would think
Yeah.
this website would be a little more like frowned upon. But it says what's funny is this website was, I know about this website because I remember using it in high school, and it says this website was created in 2012, which is like right around when I first used it. And there's been 254.3 million detonations. So 254.3 million people have.
Do you
blown up
realize like
nukes.
how like quickly the world would end if like the public had access to nuclear codes?
Oh, dude, we'd be fucked.
Like, you know, there's some fucker out there that would just get like in an argument with his wife, and he'd just be like, "Well, fuck you, bitch! I'm nuking your parents." It's just like,
Exactly, dude.
what?
Dude, that was that's wild. I'm glad we looked that up. All right, dude. That was this was a great podcast,
Yeah,
dude. I could have
had a
done a
great
whole
time.
another hour. It was a good time. I want to give you the floor real quick. Plug your Instagram, any shows you got coming up. This will be out on today's Saturday, March 19th. So this will be out Wednesday, which is 20th, 21st, the 23rd of March.
Oh, beautiful.
So
Yeah, give me a follow on Instagram at John Hoeft. That's Hoeft. This is fucking Germany.
Ho fucked.
Yeah, dude. Ho featuring.
Yeah,
John
Ho
Ho
featuring.
fucking Brandon Lejeune.
Yeah.
On Twitter at John Hoeft Comedy.
Yep.
And I got some cool shows going up. I'm gonna be in Laredo on the 1st. I got a show at Cactus Cafe on UT's campus on the 7th, and I'm doing the show you're doing tonight, but on the 17th of April.
Oh, dope. Yeah, dude. That'll be
so like those are the big ones I have right now. There'll probably be more, but yeah, give me a follow on Instagram.
All his dates will be on there. Make sure you check that out. Yeah, dude. Thank you again so much for coming, guys. If you're listening, if you're in Austin, you can see me Thursday the 24th at Late Night Laughs, and you can see me the 25th at Hilton Garden Inn. And then in April, I already have some shows set up, but I'm a piece of shit and I forgot when they are. So I'll let you know on the next podcast because that one will be out before them. But if you haven't already, please, please, please go check out Your Last Review, my new food show on YouTube. And you can find it on my Instagram now, too, on IGTV. Other than that, guys, subscribe, rate, review to the podcast. And thank you if this is your first time listening or your 103rd time listening. And most importantly, thank you for letting us be your last resort. See ya.
This has been a Your Last Resort production.